any guidance from the third eye, please. So that divine knowing is in you. It ties into your crown. Oh, so yeah, you've got galactic. Okay, so you've got galactic energies here. Okay, whoa, hang on, let me see. So we're going to ask now that any program installations that are not of the highest good, any contracts that were made that are not from the highest realms, be ended now. Any programs, any transmissions, turning that off, thank you. Yeah, so that was like it was crazy. So in your third eye, this is your all-knowing eye, you had this contract in place, or this little galactic being that was like sitting in this chair. It's like this mini guy. He didn't have the highest vibration, and what he was actually doing was extracting your thoughts, but also being able to infiltrate your thoughts, right? So that contract and installation has now been dissolved. I saw it being dissolved. He's no longer attached to you and that third eye. So your all-knowing abilities have been compromised, which has also affected the collective, other people's knowing on earth, their knowing. So the dissolving of that program, and so this guy will now be, he's been captured into this little tube thing, and the Galactic Council will deal with him in the Justice Division and find out exactly what needs to be found out there. We should have some more information about that and what will be reinstalled or reinstated. Fuck, it's blinding. It's so bright. This is why. So your telepathic abilities, your instinctual abilities, your all-knowing abilities, they are off tap. They are like, I can't even tell you. This is why you had that program there. That's why this program is in place. So this program was put in place in this lifetime from that... Actually, no, it wasn't from this lifetime. You switched it on. When you went into the lower realms, when you were doing the drugs, you activated this program, right? So you made a contract in other lifetimes, thousands of years ago, that in your soul evolution, if you ever, within your journey, hit a certain frequency, which was of a lower vibration, you immediately gave access to your consciousness to these beings, right? So they were able then to extract your thoughts and also implement thoughts into your head as an experiment, right? However, the deal also was that as you raise your frequency, that program will be shut down and turned off, and they haven't honoured this part of the contract and removed themselves. So they've been taking liberties and extracting your thoughts or infiltrating your thoughts in these other realms, right, which has pulled you back down into these lower vibrational states. Regardless of like every time you get yourself up, they've been infiltrating. So this hasn't actually, and you've been right in feeling like something's been infiltrating your brain, because these guys actually have, but they're not of this earth, right? Even though they have affiliations with MK Ultra and things like this, it's actually off-world. It's an off-world program, and they actually did not have any permission once you left those lower realms to infiltrate your mind. The contract ceased. So every time you raise your frequency out of those lower vibrations, right? You've been pulled back down by the infiltration of a program that was instated thousands of years ago, and you agreed to this contract. If your vibrational essence hit a certain level, that contract was null and void if you naturally evolved out of that and created higher vibrations. It is the vibrations here on Earth that have kept you anchored. So they're saying now that because you have not dissolved those pathways into the lower vibrations, like meaning that because you weren't aware of how to spiritually do that, or energetically you weren't aware of how to do that, then that's why they've stayed, and that's why they felt they could infiltrate you in these higher realms. So, but the whole point is that the contract stipulated that if your vibration hit a certain frequency where it was elevated past the contract that was made in those lower vibrations, they would relinquish the contract and dissolve any kind of contact and infiltration. They haven't done that. And what they've essentially done is interrupted the natural evolution of you, and that is a crime in the Universal Justice Department. They will be handled. That program has been removed. You needed to be made aware of this so that you can understand where that program was coming from, and that you also were not crazy. Because you have such a strong knowing, and because you have such a strong insight into your own being and instincts, you knew something was going on. You instinctually knew. But because you weren't tapped into those spiritual, high vibrational spiritual centers, which we've now opened back up, right? You couldn't get the messages that would assure you that you were being divinely guided, and also what was happening in, like, on a spiritual level. So you just assumed that it was on earth level that there was this infiltration, where it actually is much greater than that. It goes beyond earth. Meant to be dissolved when you stepped out of those lower vibrations and wasn't. That now has been taken care of. All programs from the lower vibrational version of self that were put in place, and any contracts, have now ceased. Appropriate action is being taken against any being that has gone against the contract and infiltrated not only yours, but any other being that has also had this contract in place and been infiltrated with the same level of dishonesty. They now understand that this program was put in place and how it was activated and why it wasn't deactivated and the liberties taken. So finding this program in you is now allowing them to shut down all the other programs that are within other beings on earth. I can see them all being switched off. They're like computer screens being switched off, deactivated, and energy being restored in your being and others across the universe and here on earth, allowing for you to come back into a natural state of being, uninfiltrated. Any kind of programming that has left any kind of scarring, causing patterns in thoughts, please be removed. Extra guidance and light here, please, being asked for. There's a whole heap of energy being released. Your whole spiritual team, that guidance is all on board. You're getting pumped full of the highest vibrational energy I've ever felt. The recalibration of your third eye portal and chakra is taking place, which is also recalibrating your whole light body system. Bring it back into a natural state of being. There you go. Every one of you're switched on. So this program was huge. Ceasing all lower vibrational contacts. Whoa. So now what I'm seeing is your light body is just totally lit up, every center. So you need some amethyst. Now I can't stress this enough. You have, because of that infiltration and because of the energies, the divine energies that are being fed in there now, right? And that, oh, there you go. Huh? I just saw the programming come out of your chakra in your third eye. It just shot out like a Pac-Man. You need to utilize some amethyst, even chevron amethyst. You need to be placing this on your third eye over the next 2 weeks for a few minutes a night. All right, to support this recalibration and attune yourself to these higher vibrational energies that you're now calibrated at. I can't stress this enough. 3 minutes a day. Putting that on the third eye, that amethyst, is necessary to assist the recalibration into the higher realms. If you do this, you'll be assisting your physical body and your spiritual self to bring back the natural state of balance here and eradicate the patterns and distortions that have infiltrated your knowing and your ability to understand yourself in these higher vibrations and that higher version of yourself and the knowing to come through. You're also being asked to utilize selenite under your pillow or near your bed whilst you sleep to keep your crown chakra open. And also asking for guidance and starting the relationship with that guidance in the higher realms. Right? To create any relationship, what do we need? Communication. Start the relationship with the beings that are waiting to talk to you and guide you through to these higher realms where you are anchored, so that you can bring in to your earth body and human experience what is needed to transform and live your best life from that higher version of self. That was huge. Thank you. So you now have the guidance. You have angelic guidance here and protecting and honoring you in this portal. Okay, so you're going to start feeling very protected once you integrate that, knowing that you are very supported. Your soul is key in bringing about the Earth's evolution, humanity's evolution, and universal consciousness and evolution across all timelines, lifetimes, dimensions, and multiverses. You will understand this knowing once you tap in and create that relationship with your higher self and spiritual team. You will receive the guidance that is needed and necessary for you to move forward on your spiritual path, understanding your greatness, feeling protected, loved, and knowing who you are on a soul level. This is going to travel down into every part of your being. I can't even explain the divinity that lay within. This is like epic because I didn't see this before either. Like this is, and the energy, such high vibration is putting me in this state of like my whole body, like I'm just in this, like I could fall asleep but I'm wide awake. It's really weird. It's just the influx of energies whilst I'm trying to acclimatize to the high vibrations here. The only thing that can break your stride now is your old patterns of thinking. So you're now being asked, and I'm bringing through this, anytime one of those old patterns of thinking comes in, you now have the information. You can stop these thoughts, right, by interjecting them with your knowing that you are being protected and guided, and that you hold a divine light within you that is so powerful and needed. If you can just remember this, you can stop those patterns of thoughts and know that it's been taken care of. That's it. You've got to interject the thoughts, and then you can assist your mental aspect of self to recalibrate. Obviously, there's been a lot of infiltration for a long time here, so it won't take long for you to recalibrate that, as long as you can interject with your own mental process here. You have a temple of knowledge, so within you you're going to uncover rememberings that are from the temple of knowledge or something. I don't know what that is, but we'll have a look into that. The pyramids. It's the pyramids. So you have ancient ties to the pyramids and to the ancient Egyptian times, but they are not the ancient Egyptian times that we know of. So ancient Egypt, yes. Okay, any other messages here? Trust your knowing. You are not crazy. You have an all-seeing eye, you know. Never doubt yourself, you know. Once you understand and trust your knowing, you're not going to want to waste time doing anything that does not serve your being, because you're going to you'll have the confidence and the insight to know this is a waste of my time, right? So you're just going to end up going, no, that doesn't serve me. No, that's not going to. So you'll come up against like certain things, opportunities, and that you will know whether or not that's going to be beneficial for you. So yeah, there's going to be lots of opportunities that open up to you that you can take if you want, and it's totally up to you because you have free will. The way that you will decipher these, which way is for you, is by being able to see and know innately that's just going to waste my time and energy, and that's how you'll decide. No, that's going to waste my time and energy. No, that's not. No. So the things that you are seeking in this lifetime for your soul evolution will be divinely guided. It will be guided by your knowing and will be able to sift through the many opportunities that come through your way without hesitation. Use your knowing. Trust it. Any other programs? So you have watchers, you have people that watch, right? Or beings that watch. So what I'm being shown is that the beings in Earth Realm, right, that you've felt like have been watching you, they're literally programmed beings. So they're not real. Essentially, they're not real. They're part of that program, right, that is off-world program, and they've been put in place to watch you so that they can collect data. So they actually aren't there to hurt you, because they're not allowed to hurt you. No, nothing is allowed to hurt you, because that they just know they can't hurt you. Nothing can hurt you. You're the only one that can hurt you. But by not knowing what was watching you, that's hurt you. So that will be looked after. So those programs in the Earth Realm are now being disassembled, right? They're all going to, and not just for you, for others as well. They're all being recalled. These programs are being dismantled, right? They know now exactly how. So remember how we have there's people on the earth that are creator beings with their energy. It's so powerful that they create. You have NPCs as well, right? These non-player characters that just seem to exist. And those non-player characters have been programmed to have computer screens in their third eye, or in their eyes even, where they just watch and collect data, right, to expand on those infiltrating programs. So they're literally being shut off. I can see them being shut off in Earth Realm. But the other thing that's coming through, the message there, is that even though those programs exist, nothing can hurt you, right, unless you allow it to. So hopefully, now that you understand those programs and what they actually were and what they were doing and where they've come from, you'll understand that they're not there to hurt you. They're literally there to observe you and your energy, because of how powerful it is. They needed to understand your energy, but they haven't. They've gone about it in the incorrect way, so they will be taken care of. And no more programs will be able to be built off the infiltration of these programs, and that's what it was for. They were extracting information from your energy to understand how others operate, right? Because you leave an imprint that then creates more NPCs, and through those NPCs they can create a program then, right, that replicates the energy of those lower vibrational that lower vibrational self, if that makes sense. So now they can't, so they will all be destroyed. Those lower vibrational versions that they have replicated to put on Earth to create chaos, right, and confuse people and keep the vibration at a low on Earth, are being dismantled as we speak. Wow. Holy shit. So that program actually was massive installation, and how they were controlling the population, right? And that existed within your light body. It was infiltrated and planted thousands of years ago, and this is how they have been able to continue to control people. So now that that has been removed, we're going to see a massive change, and we're going to probably see NPCs literally disappearing, because they are just programs. There's some that are just programs, like a holographic program that looks real. How bizarre. So there's not just people that are actual people existing with these programs, but there's actual, like, they've created and been able to create holographic versions of these beings that look real. They actually look like people, but they're actually not. This is massive. This is epic.